right, hello everybody. Thank you for joining. I am Riley with the T Storm Chasers, and we're going to take a look at your forecast. But before we do, here is a brief word from our sponsors at Cube Portable Storage.
What are you doing?
Decluttering?
Moving? Remodeling? In need of temporary storage, emergency cleanup, or just need to declutter? Cube Portable Storage has the perfect solution. Rent your Cube Portable Storage container today.
And don't forget, they got roll-off dumpsters for the other stuff. Call Cube Storage for all your moving needs.
Alright guys, so as we jump into today's video, let's take a look at the current conditions currently, and we have no snow in the Sioux Falls area, and take a look at these temperatures. My goodness, we got 0 degrees across most of our region here. 0 in Sioux Falls, 0 in Mitchell, 0 up in Watertown, 0 in Yankton, 1 degree in Sioux City. It is just this entire region is absolutely cold out there. Minnesota, we got negatives and we got temps near 0, and then we got 5 degrees in Mankato. That's the warm spot. 2 in the Minneapolis area, and if we pan down into Iowa, it is not any better. We have -2 kind of in the Des Moines area, 3 in Fort Dodge, 1 degree in Spencer. Yeah, it is just single digits and below 0 throughout our entire region. Same story with Nebraska. In fact, Nebraska is actually colder than us, believe it or not. -6 up in Valentine. Yeah, that is very, very cold. It is actually colder down in Grand Island, Nebraska and Omaha than it is in Sioux Falls. That, to me, is absolutely crazy. And then if you go down to Kansas, there is actually temperatures down here in Kansas, believe it or not, that are colder than Sioux Falls. That is hard to believe, but that is the reality of this Arctic blast that has hit us here. Our second Arctic blast of this winter season. We had one last month in January, and now we got one here in February. If you want warm weather, you're going to have to go quite a ways south. You're going to have to go down to Arizona and southern Texas. Not northern Texas. Northern Texas is, single digits and teens. And then down in Florida, where they got 60s and 70s. So, yeah, if you want warmer weather, you're going to have to go quite a ways south. Rapid City area, -6 degrees, -11 up in Buffalo. Very, very cold out there, folks. It is brutal. I have been outside today, and let me tell you, it is not fun outside. It is absolutely brutal out there. And, yeah, that is the story here. It is just plain cold out there. There's not much else going on. It is just plain cold out there. And unfortunately, we are basically smack dab in the middle of this Arctic blast that is going to last through Friday. So that is the latest there on the current conditions. Now, I will mention there is some snow down here in Nebraska, kind of south of Omaha, and then down here near Norfolk, O'Neill, Nebraska. And then down here in central Nebraska as well, there is some snow in the area near North Platte up to O'Neill. So that is the latest here. Also, I did want to mention out in the Black Hills there is some snow showers east of Rapid City as well. But that is it there. So let's go ahead now and show you guys what's next here in this forecast. We're going to show you the European model, show you guys any kind of snow chances coming up over the next week. Alright, and also before we get started here into the model run, let's go ahead and hear a word from our new sponsor at CE Construction.
From roofing to siding, CE Construction is setting the standard across North and South Dakota. Our expert team delivers quality, durability, and trust on every project. CE Construction, Dakotans helping Dakotans with their roofing and siding needs. Call or visit us online.
Alright, so jumping into the European model here, let's go ahead and show you the latest, what they're thinking. The snow will tame down south of us overnight, and then for your day tomorrow, that high pressure kicks into our area there, as you can see on the screen, and we will have clear skies out there. We're not seeing any moisture, not seeing any snow. And then for your day on Thursday, same story. We're not looking at any snow in the forecast and anywhere near our region. There might be some snow down in Colorado, but that is obviously way south and west of us. And then, Friday looks good, and then Saturday as well looks clear, and Sunday as well looks clear. So really this entire forecast. Now there might be some rain/snow mix up in northern Minnesota, so heads up in that direction if you live up in there, Duluth and up north, northern Minnesota. And then on Monday, there could be some rain showers in northeastern South Dakota here into Minnesota on Monday, the 24th. But, we'll see about that. It's still a ways out. But, there could be some rain showers with how warm it's going to be. We'll get to that story, too, by the way, in just a little bit here. That should excite a lot of people that we will be seeing a warm-up. And then for next Tuesday, there will be another system coming in here. We're finally going to get a low pressure to kick in here in our region. This is western South Dakota, and this will kick in the next system. But as you can see here, we're talking rain here. This is not any snow. Although there could be some snow showers in the Black Hills. It's certainly possible. But look at this. This is quite interesting. This looks a lot different than what we've been seeing the last few months. We haven't really seen any big time systems. Now, obviously within the last few weeks we've had the snow, but this looks different. This is not snow. This looks actually more to be like rain and maybe I can't believe I'm saying this, but there might be, if this actually plays out, which is still a week out, but if this scenario actually does play out, we could see maybe some thunder in this area. But again, that is still over a week out, so definitely take that with a grain of salt. But it is showing here, the European model is showing a system coming in early to mid next week here in our area. So that is the latest there. So again, to sum it all up here, again, we're not really seeing any systems through our area within this forecast. Today is basically it, and today is just a little bit in western South Dakota and then a little bit down in Nebraska. So that is about it. That's about it in this forecast. And again, there could be, again, some rain showers, maybe coming in on, Monday, and then Tuesday there could be another system coming in, but that's still quite a ways out, and continue to be plugged in on the forecast. And now let's go ahead and switch gears. Let's look at the temperature outlook. Let me go ahead and show that here. Give you guys a good idea of what to expect. Again, we are just looking at very, very cold air. Let's go ahead and play this out for you guys here. Tonight is going to be very, very cold. We got -20 up in Aberdeen, -31 up in Mulbridge, -16 in Rapid City. Just negatives all across the board here. And then for your day on Wednesday, we got 3 degrees for a high in Sioux Falls, -1 in Aberdeen, -6 up in Mulbridge, 5 up in Rapid City. Below 0 to single-digit weather can be found once again tomorrow. So this forecast is not changing for a while here. On Thursday, we'll be slightly warmer, but use that term loosely because we're still not going to be warm. We got temps in the lower teens, and then single digits up here in northeastern South Dakota into Minnesota. I will say, though, out in western South Dakota, there is a slight improvement on the temps. We'll get it back into the 20s in the Rapid City area on Thursday. And then Friday, we kind of start to break out of this cycle. Friday is going to be the day where we finally start to break out of this Arctic blast. And as you can see, 20s and 30s across our region, 23 in Sioux Falls there on Friday. So Friday is kind of the turnaround day where we finally start to break into some warmer weather. And then for your weekend, your upcoming weekend, how about this? We got upper 30s in Sioux Falls. We got low 40s in kind of near that Huron area down to Chamberlain, over to Pierre, and then out in Rapid City. And then down into Nebraska as well. And then for Sunday, look at this. We got mid-40s in the Sioux Falls area, and then we got 50s out here in western South Dakota and Nebraska. So that is the latest there. And then next Monday, how about that? If this scenario plays out, my goodness, we got 60s down into Nebraska. That is going to feel really nice. And we got 50 degree weather across most of our region here. 55 in Sioux Falls. That is going to feel really good. Especially compared, I mean, that's going to feel like almost like a summer day compared to what we've been seeing, where we've had temps below zero. And then, next Tuesday, still 40s and 50s in our region. So, again, that's quite a ways above average for this time of the year. We should be around 30, kind of that low 30s. That is about where we should be for this time of the year, and we are going to eclipse that by quite a margin this weekend into next week. And, next week looking very nice. We got temps next week in the 40s and 50s for most of the region. We'll see what happens after the 26th, but probably going to be seeing, eventually, it's not going to last forever. I'm sure we're going to see another cool down, but it is nice and refreshing to see a nice forecast like that, where we can finally break out of this very, very miserable Arctic blast. So that is the latest there on the latest model run. Let's go ahead and wrap things up with your 10-day forecast. All right, for the Sioux Falls area, single digits tomorrow and Thursday, overnight lows way below zero. And then starting on Friday, we'll start to warm up, 21 on Friday, 34 on Saturday, and then wrapping up your weekend into the 40s. That is going to feel really nice. And then how about 50-degree weather next week? That is going to feel pretty good. And then we got 20s and low 30s for overnight lows, and at that point for next week. And again, as you can see on the forecast, we're not really seeing any moisture opportunities, so it's going to be a pretty dry forecast all across the board here. Aberdeen area, single digits tomorrow, and negative 20s for overnight lows, just really cold. And then starting on Thursday, we'll finally warm up, and then by Friday near 30, and then Saturday near 40, and then 40s and 50s next week for the Aberdeen area. And then for the Pierre area, similar story. Single digits tomorrow, overnight lows way below zero, and then 15 on Thursday. And then we'll finally warm up. We got 37 on Friday, 47 on Saturday, and mid-50s on Sunday. And then how about maybe a 60-degree on Monday? That is certainly possible. And then 40s and 50s next week for the Pierre area. And then for the Rapid City area, single digits tomorrow, and then we'll start to warm up, 20 by Thursday, and then 41 on Friday, and then 50 on Saturday. We just keep climbing, 60 degrees on Sunday. Man, golf courses might be open out there in Rapid City this weekend. We'll see. And then 50s next week. So that is the latest here from T-Storm Chasers. Again, we'll continue to provide the latest up-to-date information, give you guys the latest on the weather. You can follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You have our 24-hour live stream behind me. Give you guys the latest up-to-date information live. It's a live stream that goes 24 hours a day, and we have that continuing to run. So that is the latest. Stay warm out there, stay safe, and have a great rest of your guys' day.